All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here live with Texas Southern University versus North American University women's soccer only on Clutch. This is the matchup of the week, ladies and gentlemen, for all of the city of Houston and the greater Houston area. You have two great H-Town teams lining up for the first time ever in both universities' history. Tonight at Alexander Durley Stadium, the Texas Southern Tigers host North American Lady Stallions in a non-conference clash that promises, I promise you personally, that this is going to have a lot of intensity and local pride. Now, TSU is coming down with the ball. Number 17, Michaela Flores, decided to poke and prod around to see if she can get something happen, and she actually wins a corner kick. I'm so sorry, make that a throw in. It's right on the edge. Ball's back into her. And we have an offsides call. Too many ladies stacked up on the back line, not paying attention to that back defender. And honestly, coach, if you're listening, that looked like number 29 hanging out, trying to cheat the rest of the staff. North American with a free kick coming out of the backfield of play, which is honestly the way they like to start their games off. This team is known for their counterattacks. Ball right over the head of Captain Suzette, and she almost, TSU had a nice chance there from a bad play, or could we say more of an errant pass, put a little too much steam on the ball, getting out there to the captain. Arlie brings the ball in, gets it out to her left wing back. Captain Davila, that's Andrea Davila, gets the ball into Suzette. Suzette, nice header out to Darla. So the Lady Stallions are getting a little ball control and finding a way to stop, more or less stagnate the attacks of Texas Southern. Ms. Cologne out there fighting for the ball on the edge, and the referee says she used too many hands on that play. We're going to get us a free kick. Nice little stoppage of play for TSU to get organized. Lady Tigers compete in the SWAC, which has been an up-and-coming women's soccer organization as of late. Prairie View A&M University and Jackson State have been kind of reigning throughout the seasons, but this year is going to be a little bit different. We played Prairie View earlier. I say we, I mean North American, played Prairie View earlier this season, and those ladies are ready for their long ball style of play. TSU known for passing the ball around and trying to maintain possession, but Ashley Dodd and her right side crewmate, Alyssa Garcia, are not having it. But TSU does maintain possession. Ball out to the right wing back. She has found someone in that wonderful 14-spot corner, but it is interrupted by the left wing back. She's not playing around down there. Nice little pass up the line. Can we get through the channel? And yes, they did, but did not control the ball. It is what it is in soccer when you're playing on turf. That ball moves a little bit faster than what you would think. As we're getting another throw in for the Lady Stallions. And I tell you what, when you start seeing these ladies grabbing these waists and biting on their jerseys, you know that ball is moving a lot faster than what they're used to at practice. So it's going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of adjustment. You'll see the teams kind of chasing the ball until they get used to it. Ashley Dodd with the throw in. And it gets interrupted slightly. Ball is up in the air. Good defense by the Lady Stallions to move that line up again to catch the Lady Tigers offsides one more time. They have to watch that play. The Lady Stallions are very, very much known for their counter attacks. They will get you offsides to move you out of there. They don't panic when the ball's in front of the net, which is something that's getting on Coach Smith's personal nerves. I will say that because I have interviewed him on that subject. Susie Baltazar with another stoppage, getting the ball out for a reset. The ball has been thrown in by Texas Southern. Number 29 has found this ball, and she's kind of playing the false 9 position, staying in front of the center back, causing havoc. But on turf, ladies and gentlemen, that ball will roll and roll and roll. As soon as you try to turn around for a nice toe touch, it is gone. Ashley Dodd on the left side has found a lane. Stallions are 4 on 6. I don't know if that numbers are to their side. Ball's played back to the goalkeeper. Nice, calm, and relaxed, which, once again, is TSU style soccer. They like to take their time, matriculating the ball up the field, getting good passes, and like I said, they love to maintain possession, which they have been doing a great job here. The Lady Stallions kind of have a herky-jerky flow style offense. They really depend on the other team's offense to mess up, and then they pounce. They capitalize. The Lady Stallions will show these cats how to pounce like some cats today. And the Lady Tigers will show who the queens of the jungle, concrete jungle that is, really are. Ball out to the right wing back. Nice steal by number 17, Michaela Flores, getting a toe in there and sending it back for a Lady Stallion goal kick. But I tell you what, the midfield of Texas Southern is very defensively minded. They're not playing around. They are here to make a point, and that is to keep the ball. Ashley Dodd kind of fumbles a little quick pass out to her. She turned to the wrong side for no reason. Communication on the field might be a problem. They should have told her she has time, control. Loose ball in the middle of the field, and it gets pulled up by the cam. That is Savannah Muldrew, a high blue chip from California, which is amazing that Texas Southern was able to recruit her here. She has put a lot of numbers up in high school. I believe she led her school in assists and was 3rd in goals. Right now, she is one of the assist leaders for Texas Southern. Loose ball, number 29 finds it and could not get her speed and control on top of the ball, but I have to say the biggest point was such a great save by Andrea Davila, coming out of nowhere, being the center back, a.k.a. the stopper, and her left back right there with her side, Genesis Rivera. Great job by the Lady Stallions to help out, block some shots, and possibly get an extra save from a defender, which is a rare thing these days. Free kick is in. Cologne has it, and she makes one move, and I tell you what, if you don't stop her after she makes that move, you may have a problem. Luckily, the turf monster got in there, and Flores was able to step up and intercept the ball. Great fake by number 2. She sent a little deke in and sent the center defender around. Ball's in the left corner. Number 18, Winger takes a shot, and it just hits the post. Ball is still in play. Everyone is watching, and it is out of bounds for a corner kick. What a shot by your left winger. I tell you what, Texas Southern, you guys should be looking up. This SWAC season could pull off a championship if you guys continue to play this way. What a great shot. Way not to hesitate. You love to see inverted left wingers pull that ball into their right foot to take a great clean shot. As I said earlier, number 29 is standing up there as a center forward, but it is very obviously they're using Jacelyn Russ as a false 9. She is being a huge playmaker. Little stoppage of play. Going to back him up a little bit and actually start a free kick on the referee. Nia Singleton took a great shot earlier. Like I said, she's an inverted winger playing on that left side, but she's right-footed. So she's going to be trying to sneak that ball back to the inside. Great lead pass from number 13 from the Lady Stallions, Alyssa Garcia, but it gets interrupted by the center back of Texas Southern, number 3, Akaya Sane. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, to the family. Please forgive me for jacking up some of these names. That's possibly why I give some of the best nicknames in TV. So hang on tight, you wonderful stallions and you magical, magical tigers. This is NAIA/SWAC soccer, only on Clutch. Ball's coming up the field. The right back, who's moving like a center mid today. Ball's all the way over to Flores. What a great switch, and she gives a great pass. 1v1, but the goalkeeper gets up on her toes and gets to that ball. Great job. Way to come clear it, because number 29 has already showed you she can be a problem. Miss Flores fighting hard again. Gets the ball into number 2, Brianna Miles, who gets it stolen away physically, should I ask. That was a pure example of an NAIA tackle. Great pass from Cologne, inside, outside. Jocelyn Grimaldo is a little feisty midfielder up there. She's playing the left mid today. Normally she's our cam. That would be your central athletic mid. I'm sorry, central attacking mid. I got my guys up here making fun of me. Ladies and gentlemen, North American is building its program slowly but surely. Last year they made their debut in the USCAA championship tournament, and ladies and gentlemen, that fall brought them all the way to the one goal away from the semifinal match, and they were beat out by Bryant Stratton College, the actual champions of the USCAA. They made a great run, had a couple of rivalry games with Texas College and Paul Quinn to actually decide who would be going to represent the RRAC in the USCAA tournament. Throw in here, Andrea Davila, far left side. Long dropper right inside to the center back, who casually headed it out, but ironically, Miss Artuelo was right there waiting for her. Now it's a foot race, but I told you earlier that left wing back likes to bring the ball back to her right foot, so she's going to find somebody if you let her get it back to the middle of the field. They have to push her out to the corner like they've been doing all day if they want to get success. And on the same side for Texas Southern, when they're getting down here, they got to learn to capitalize. You've already covered the distance. You've got your space. Take your time and pass back like you were doing when you're on your side of the field. Things will open up. Be patient. And there she is, Miss Andrea Davila, the defensive captain for the Stallions. And she will always find either the tallest or the hardest defender to get on and lock on to. We got some loose ball action and some high kicks. This ball is being played around in front of the goal. Things happen, but not this case. Number 24 got a little knee in there, and we got our first official keeper save. Maybe our second save. Arlie Sariba has been doing a great job. As you can see, she has a leg on her. She has put that thing 60 to 70 yards out. I tell you what, Keith, somebody's going to be calling her from one of those S's, ML, HL, WL. She's on her way. Nice move out of the backfield. Nia Singleton showing she's not just an offensive threat. You play around with that ball in front of her, she may be going the opposite direction. As she subs out, coming in for Nia Singleton is Lelaine Clace Bays from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Yes, sir. We do have some international programs right here in Houston, Texas. Long shot by number 2, Brianna Miles, all the way from Coppers Cove, Texas. She was feeling like the valley was right there on her side, and she tried to put a rainbow shot up there. She's from Copper Cove, but it looked like she shot that thing all the way from Padre. Coming back up the field, the left back has found a nice pass, but these long balls is not North American style, so we know what's going to be said to them at this halftime by Coach Smith. I say a lot of teams in the NAI do not play long ball, so when you see it happening, it is kind of self-explanatory. Prairie View just showed these young ladies how to work that style efficiently, as Wiley's team plays completely opposite and more like TSU. So I know that the Lady Stallions are feeling the pressure right now because they were 3-0'd at Wiley just from playing, as coach would say, lackadaisical. Ball's thrown in. Miles trying to turn. She does get it off. A nice cross to the middle. Puts it right in the box. Cologne comes up with that loose ball. And she's trying to control it, but right back on her is the defense. And they did win the ball back. Great tackle. Speaking of a tackle, we've got some action in the middle of the field. And the referee said we're going to stop it and give it some time here. Genevieve Cologne down. She's still resting that tender ankle of hers. And shouts out to Miss Kim, the Stallions trainer back in Stafford. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if you catch some of these emails, what another shot, long shot by TSU. This time, number 8, Tess Kedler, all the way from Puttershoek, Netherlands, took a 30-yard kick. It was bobbled by the goalkeeper and headed back into her hands by number 29, Jacelyn Russ. She's in here letting Madison, Mississippi know she's here. Getting all the way in the way like Mississippi people can do. A humpback. Why is that in the way? Can I spell the word normally? As she barrels through, and the referee said, no, I was going to let that go, but, yeah, you had your arms out. Ball is up. Free kick out to the right side, right center back. Number 7 gets her foot on it but does not control it, so we're going the other way. Lillian Case Bays making one too many moves, and that turf monster said, hello, I am still here, but she gets up with the quickness and recovers in the corner. Takes a nice little cross to the middle. It gets knocked down by number 18 for the Lady Stallions, Leslie Moreno. Her and Davila have been everywhere. Davila again knocking the ball down, getting right in the way of that shot. We'll call that a block for the defense. Russ sends it out to number 7, and they are up in that corner. I told you, 13 and 14 spot. If the Tigers can get up into those corners and be patient with the ball, they can make something happen against this tight and stingy Stallion defense. So we have our first official corner kick. Lady Stallions have marked their opponents. And Russ is standing right on top of the goalkeeper. I'm telling you, that's the job of a false 9. That's what you want to see. Get up there, get in the way, and make a play. Ball is kind of sent a little bit over to the second hash. Number 7 is chasing it, and she takes a spill from a hard slide tackle from number 19. It's getting physical, ladies and gentlemen. Kia Butler said, not today. Not today. Jared Davila with the throw-in. Ashley Dodd with the throw-in on the left side. Skies it over and under, and it is in play, and it rolls right back out of bounds. That was a nice tight line throw. El línea fuego, as we say on our side of Stafford. Hotline. So Miss Russ is getting a quick breather after doing a great job in the false 9 position. She's being subbed out by number 25, Kamara Bradley, who is a defender, graduate student from Roanoke, Texas. And as a defender, she slides right up to the right wing spot, so you know she is most likely a wing back, not just a right back, which is a common thing today in today's women's soccer, actually in today's American soccer, purely. And if anyone wants to know, a lot of American soccer these days want to play like Manchester United. Not City, not the greatest soccer team, but United. They want to get those wingbacks up and high, a la Raymond Alexander. Number 7, with a breakaway, the turf monster Chase. And she did get a chance to get a foot on it before it gets to the defender. So that is a Texas Southern corner kick. Shouts out to both Prairie View A&M University Marching Storm and the Ocean of Soul from Texas Southern as they both prepare for this weekend's Labor Day Classic football game and Battle of the Bands. Ladies and gentlemen, get out there and get your tickets. Check in to both campuses to get the best price for your tickets. Or else be slow and hit Ticketmaster or just buy them at the door for $80 if you want to, but come on down and support these colleges, these HBCU SWAC schools representing Texas to the fullest. Ball is up. Nice, easy header pass. Sent out to the corner. TSU staying on strategy. Ball is curled into the box with a great pass and an easy, long shot from a backline defender who decided, hey, I might step up right quick and give my gusto, but I can't get mad at it. Listen, you're a defender. Your stats are usually tackles and assists, and the assists are low. Shots, not even. So get it while you can. 30 feet out, the goalkeeper's not paying attention, and you put some steam on the ball, you may have a shot at it. Nice pass from the right back into Suzette Baltazar, and the Stallions are working that control now. They played back, trying to entice Texas Southern to step up with that line, and there they go already. Off to the races, the Stallions are. Something about the left backs of NAU. I tell you what, when Ashley Dodd is back there, she likes to try to control the ball. Ladies, just pass it and get it off the line. As Texas Southern and the referees have called our wonderful, wonderful water break. This is the Texas heat, ladies and gentlemen, and we don't play what the temperature is. We play what the temperature feels like. So we're going to take a little break for station identification, get them Sophie's teas ready and that barbecue. I'm waiting on my barrilla tacos. We'll see you guys in a minute. This is TSU versus NAU Match Day only on Clutch. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, to this wonderful SWAC versus Red River matchup. TSU versus North American University. Now, last season, TSU had a decent season. They entered this match with the momentum strong from last year. And ladies and gentlemen, they are here to fight. They've got a lot of great freshmen, a couple of blue chips, and a couple of girls from California that was leading their state in goals and assists. This is an amazing roster. When you look at this thing on paper, I see SWAC playoffs for sure. Tournament run for sure. Ball is back in. Ashley Dodd throws the ball in, and the speed from TSU seems to be getting faster and faster as the game goes on. These girls are not leaving any room around the ball. Both teams are having trouble with maintaining possession, and that is that turf monster letting that ball roll and roll and roll. Long shot, but I think that was an actual pass into the box. Goalkeeper picks it up with no problems and sends it downfield to one player who had to fight 5 to try to get it back. Lady Stallions are just not handling the physicality of the Lady Tigers too well. Nice move back to the inside and sets her up to go back to the left and skies that ball far wide. I ain't gonna lie to you, kind of look like Miss Davila got her foot on that, but hey, I'm not. We're not VAR. We're just record. It's a difference. Nice quick passes along the back line. Or should I say nice dangerous passes along the back line. Our wingback is trucking up the field. I wish she had picked her head up. She might have realized she had Suzette in the middle. Texas Southern with the steal. Back down the field with another ball chase. This turf, man, it is amazing. But at the same time, it is a beautiful field. I don't know. Texas Southern people may be used to it. Me being a PV and Texas college grad, I will call a spade a spade. This is a awesome stadium. Great job, TSU. Way to maintain and keep this thing looking beautiful. Ashley Davila clears the ball out around the 20-yard line. Ball is thrown back in by number 17, Michaela Flores. She's been here. And number 13, Savannah Mildrew. Savannah Mildrew takes how can we say, throws a leg at a nice pass. She did what she could do to beat out her defender. Never looked at the goal. She knew where it was, stuck that left foot out there, and got that ball right past the goalkeeper. And it was such a shot that the goalkeeper just looked at it. She didn't even lean over. Her body weight was already too far to the opposite side. That's actually a great goal. It's one of those. I don't want to say a chance shot or a try, but she knew where the goal was. She stuck her foot out there and got to it. And she's right back out, not playing. Savannah Mildrew. Which, big shout out to Joy Jackson, my daughter and Savannah's roommate, which is so ironic that I get to call the game for her first goal. Great job, Savannah. And to the parents, I told you she was going to be special. TSU got just a little too physical on that play. We're going to stop it at the 40-yard line. Simple foul. No card needed. That last goal came off of a lot of careless passes from the Stallions and a lot of physical play and speed from the Lady Tigers. Ball is sent down into the scrum, if you will. Number 13 tries to get control of it, but the turf monster is there again. That score for you is Lady Tigers 1, Lady Stallions 0. Ashley Dodd clears the ball up to Genevieve Colon, who beats her Defender down the line makes a pass inside to Suzette Baltazar, who was just trailing number 8. Couldn't get to that pass. Number 11 clears the ball out. Well past Andrea Davila, who finds herself out of position. But luckily, number 5 for the Lady Stallions, Zamara Carvabolius, is there. Carvarabias. Another cleared ball, and Genevieve cuts on the steam. Shows off her speed a little bit. Some days you kind of wish Genevieve would just be a midfielder and play a lower false 9 position, more of a false 10, if you will. And that's a corner kick for the Lady Tigers. Hey, we're recording. It's okay.
Checking in for Texas Southern was Jocelyn Musil.
Ball is up.
Ashante Gatlin. Number 15, Luciana Smith.
Ashton Gatlin got ahead on that all the way from San Diego, California. She was up there and got ahead on that corner kick, but a nice save made by Arlie Sarabia of the Lady Stallions. That score still 1-0. Suzette Baltazar sends the ball up to Genevieve Colon, but just a bit too far. That voice you guys heard him for yourself, the famous, the one and the only, Mr. Ryan McGinty, the wonderful SID here at Texas Southern University. Shouts out to him and his wonderful doctor wife, the professor, all the way from North American University. Yep, we got the McGinty's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for being great, such great hosts. Yeah, you heard it. You heard it for yourself out there in TV land. The SID is married to the lead professor, so this is a rivalry match, if you will, not just across town, but across the dinner table. Flores to the left side, and she is walking with that ball. Touched it maybe one too many times too much. Genevieve Colon in the middle, shaking and baking and grabbing some turf. She got a couple of legs in there and couldn't step over it. As you can see, the Stallion men's team is right here on the stadium ready to support. Some of the guys are rolling their eyes because they hate playing on turf. Yes. Speaking of great host, I want to remind you guys to get over there to Space City Taco and get you a wonderful burrito taco. And for all of my Latina family, I'll say it right, barilla tacos. We're going to take a quick break for station identification. This is Texas Southern versus North American Match Day, only on Clutch. Yeah, that was just for, that was NAU.
How much you charge per game? $100?
It depends.
150.
I get what you. I'm the worst for IT and records now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got away from marketing as soon as he could.
Checking in for North American, number 16, Michaela Valenzuela.
Michaela Valenzuela is on the sideline, ready for the referee to let her know when she can come in. And I tell you what, the sarcasm is starting to get thrown around. The closer and closer you get to Labor Day Classic, the TSU crowd, when they see that purple, they're ready to bite. Calm down, guys. You can bite the Omega, but he'll bite back. Shouts out to all of the lamplighters across the world. And a bigger shout out to the best fraternity, Alpha Phi Omega. I know some of my other brothers thought I was going to say another organization. We'll save that for second half. Another shout out to Club Crescendo Fraternity Incorporated out there, Prairie View A&M. Club was founded in 1949. This year, they're planning on donating a big whopping $5,000 to Prairie View during homecoming. And a lot of those guys are actual graduates from Texas Southern. Ain't that warm?
Number 35, Nia Singleton.
Ball is sent to the corner. TSU keeping it on strategy, like I said. But that turf monster, guys, you're going to hear me say this all the first half. That ball is rolling, 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 rolling. Ashley Dodd came in all the way from Katy, Texas, Peyto High School. Shout out to Peyto. She was freshman of the year last year for the Lady Stallions. Got her a couple of goals, about 6 assists. Nice step over for no reason. Aiming to that top left upper 90. I tell you what, Texas Southern's getting a little confident. He's starting to see these shots ring out. Goalkeeper better hang on to the ball because they'll be trying to sloop in and get those rebounds, put it back in the net. Lady Stallions are getting buried on that left line. They may have to try to figure out a different way to escape. And TSU has definitely beamed in on that. Nice short triangles all over the field for Texas Southern. Great job. Way to set up for possession. Ashley Dodd fighting. Good defending. Way to take away the angle. As the cross came in and it landed right in the goalkeeper's hands. Got a little push. Got a couple of pushes, actually. So the Lady Stallions just had a tough battle against Wiley earlier this week. They lost 0-1. One of those close games in the first half. In the second half, it just kind of got shut down. These little push passes on this turf seems like not like a good idea, but it's the best way to pass when you're thinking about how fast that ball is going to move on turf. And another tried to stop. Great save by the goalkeeper. TSU scrambling for the ball. The Lady Stallions are doing everything they can to stop them. Great defensive recovery by Andrea Davila. Boy, this Tiger attack is something special. I already know someone's out there going, this is the longest I've ever heard Coach be quiet. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm not appalled, but I'm definitely shocked at the aggressiveness of the Texas Southern Lady Tigers. This is becoming a great half-filled game. But that's not something that you want to see from the Lady Stallions. They're used to counterattacks, so stopping the ball and taking off, not stopping the ball and going, oh boy, we got to turn back around. Couple of passes to the middle. Ball laid up for number 11, but it gets taken away by Andrea Davila with the quickness. And now we're playing some Stallion soccer, up and away, going the other direction. Sky at the ball. Lady Stallions are not winning a lot of headers. They're trying to wait for the second ball, but this is turf. Nice couple of dribbles by number 7. She loses one defender, pushes the second one off, and number 5 gets in there to chip that shot away. And she finally gets a foot on the ball to shoot it far left, just a little bit out of play. Lelaine Bays, representing the Santo Domingo Dominican Republic. The left and right midfielders of the Tigers are here to try to make a point. Miss Bays is trying to get back to that right foot to put a shot on, but she's setting them up to kick it back to the outside. She's not afraid to go to the corner. Meanwhile, on the other side of the field, Kamara Bradley has taken 3 long shots already. It seems like she's got the green light. As soon as she came into this game, she was sending them. Speaking of send it, Lady Stallions with a throw in. High to the sideline. Miss Bays gets it to her teammate, and that gets intercepted by Davila and kicked out of bounds. Throw in by Bays. 13 intercepts the ball for the Lady Stallions, but gets right back into it as Miss Cruz, number 16 for the Lady Tigers. Davila and Baltazar shutting down that attack attempt and putting the ball out of bounds. 25 over there working hard to get back to her left foot. Loses it. Nice little dink dump pass out to 13. She kicks it back, never looked. She knew number 6 was there, but Jocelyn just wasn't ready to recover. Step over, step back, and she kept the ball in play. And they are matriculating the ball down the sideline. A slower counterattack, if you will, for the Lady Stallions. Coach Smith barking out orders. Davila just gave a quick little number sign, and midfield, you can see Suzette Baltazar has already started pointing directions. So the play, the sideline burn is on. And it is the one we thought, number 3. 13 kicks the ball in. That is what we call sideline influx. That is Coach Smith's personal play, and it usually leads to some great possessions. As the Lady Stallions have moved on up to the 7-yard line, a.k.a. just a few feet outside of the 6-yard box. A good throw will possibly give us a try, an attempt, maybe even a shot. Andrea Davila throwing in the ball, slightly off camera as she gets a nice run up to put the ball in play. And it is slightly intercepted, or how can we say in this case, deflected. Digging on into that dictionary. Shouts out to Webster. Not the little guy. No. Everybody above 30 knows who I'm talking about. Blue, green sits in the back of your class. Your teacher might be using it as a leg stand. That's a dictionary, people. Some of us grew up with encyclopedias, not Samsung. Shouts out to our iPhone people. They have no idea what I'm talking about right now. Free kick right here, about to be taken by number 9 for the Lady Stallions. That's Darla Atola, our blue chip right here from right down the street, not too far outside of Houston. Puts the ball up. Great ball right in the middle, and it gets to the shins of number 2, Ashley Dodd, but she couldn't quite make a play on it. And it would have been a goal kick for the Lady Tigers, but they weren't taking any chances. Put that thing out of play. Corner kick, Lady Stallions. Now this is the best play in soccer, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your butts. Sorry, Samuel L. But, you know, it's been 20 years. I can steal that. Jurassic Park. Keeper punches it out. Everyone's standing around looking at the ball. We got a shot. It gets deflected off of a Lady Stallion, so that is a Lady Tiger goal kick, but you guys just witnessed what the counterattack of the Lady Stallions can bring you. That sideline burn play, a sideline influx call. Coach Smith out there pulling out all the stops. Lady Stallions getting almost back in control. Miss Bay's out there taking over. She sees her moment. Nice pass in by Jocelyn. It just gets intercepted. Down for just a brief moment. Number 13, Alyssa Garcia. And I still got guys asking me, Coach, man, why do soccer players always lay on the ground for so long? Okay, here we go. I'm going to break this down for you really quick. Let's have a 50-yard race. You run your hardest for 50 yards on your way back. Let me push you over just slightly. I don't want to hurt you. I just want to push you over. And let me see how fast it takes you to get back up off the ground. Now, sometimes they're just resting. At the play, I'm on the ground. I'm out of the play. I'll see y'all in a minute. I'm going to take a few breathers over here. Me and the turf monster are going to get to know each other very well. Back to the action. Free kick coming from the 50-yard line from the right-hand side. Our right wing back, who has just been today stellar all over the place. Number 18, Leslie Moreno, puts that ball right at the top of the box. Ashley Dodd gets to corral it with her scoop foot, as she likes to do sometimes. But that defender, number 25, I told you guys, she's not a defender, Kamara Bradley. She's doing a lot besides defending today. And for the first time, 1v1, a 1v1 try by Lelaine Bays. And she was denied by Leslie Moreno. That was some great action right there. We might have to look back at that. Leslie Moreno gets ahead on that shot. Way to knock it down. Up to number 13. She is on her way. Alyssa Garcia gets that pass poked away by the center back, who actually, number 3, we have to give her a big shout out. Akaya Sain has been all over that midfield from hash to hash. Offsides called. Boy, Lelaine Bays, she could just smell the goal in the air. She was on her way. Then she looked to her left and right and saw that flag in her face. So all of my fans out there, I want y'all to go through the onClutch archives and see how many soccer games we've done. You got it. This is the first. This is the one that's going to take us to the next level. So Dynamo Dash, we watch your games. If you want some good quality coverage, hit us up at onClutch. Now back to the action. Bays out there to the left. Wall pass, which was intercepted by Davila again. Davila and Moreno, these center backs for the Stallions stepping up. Bays is still trying to get around some players, and the Stallions have closed that lid, closed the door, shut it down, zipped up the locker, found a combination lock, but it's a corner kick. So as excited as I want to get, the best play in soccer is right here in front of us. And the sirens are blowing. This TSU crowd is getting ready. Ball's put over, and it is a goal kick. Slightly, just too far. Got sub here. Coming into the game for the Lady Stallions. Number 4. Kaylee Sanchez just came in the game for Jaden Vickery.
North American, number 4, Kaylee Sanchez.
So after the substitution, the ball is played back in by the goalkeeper as she tells her team to spread out. The Lady Stallions have stacked the line right there at the 25-yard line. They're not dipping in. Nice backheader. Nice backheader pass by number 35 from Texas Southern. Long pass that ended up being a shot. Number 25 has been doing it all game. Kamara Bradley has been inching away. Kamara Bradley has been inching away, taking her time. She's been shooting some long shots all day. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the goal. She was trying to get right over the fingertips of the goalkeeper. We might have to clip that. onClutch is going ESPN top 10 today, okay? You can quote me on that.
Goal by number 25, Kamara Bradley.
As the Scooter Boys just made their entrance on the track. Shouts out to the Scooter Boys. Still doing their thing. About 20 years ago, it was the Skateboard Boys, but it's still TSU on the yard, 4 wheels, get around. You know what I mean? Shouts out to HPD doing their thing, keeping us safe.
8, 7,
5 seconds left to go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's the end of the first half. Texas Southern 2, North American University 0. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back for the second half of the action to see if the Texas Southern Lady Tigers can hold on to this lead or if that Stallion offense can counterattack and do what they do. We'll see you guys in a moment. This is Match Day only on Clutch. back, ladies and gentlemen, as the Stallions playing the ball back, shooting towards the back line and trying to get something going. Maybe catch the Tigers off balance. I really got to compliment the Tigers' midfield defense. That's where a lot of this play interruption and stoppage is happening. Not to mention how their back line is able to creep up and fill in some of the holes. Gives you all the confidence in the world as an attacking midfielder and a winger to get upfield. Throw in to that corner. Low line cross gets interrupted by Davila. Coming out of nowhere is number 24 to maintain possession as they tight rope out there on the touchline. Sideline burn, still maintaining possession. What a great time having quick feet out there. Shoots the ball into the box. Goalkeeper gets to it and does not clear it, but able to have her back is Ashley Dodd coming all the way over to the middle. Another close call for the Lady Stallions. That's about the third defensive save from a fielder. And that's not talking bad about the goalkeeper. She is doing an excellent job, but this turf is making that ball bounce just a little bit more than normal. Low pass by Davila, way to keep it down. Lady Stallions keeping some good passes in, but a lot of direct passes and a lot of bad spacing as they make a run, but kick it slightly out of bounds to take off. Exchange that possession. Lady Tigers back on that sideline. This would be a good time for the Lady Stallions to try to switch the directions of the ball. Let's use the other side of the field, ladies. Nice little up pass from number 7. She was trying to get it out there to Jocelyn Grimaldo. He's having a tough go at it. That sore ankle. Genevieve Colon has not made it back in. That's the Stallions' star striker. She is still on that bench stretching things out. And next to her now is Andrea Davila, also down there working out what looks to be a cramp of some sort. Oh, scratch that. Genevieve Colon is on the field. She's playing in the midfield. Ashley Dodd with a shot. Sorry, Alyssa Garcia with the shot. That gets redirected by the goalkeeper and brought back out to the right side as TSU started making a little progress upfield. That ball caromed into the middle, and Ms. Moreno got her foot on it. Clear, 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 says the goalkeeper as she shoots that ball up to the 40-yard line. I shouldn't say shoot. People thinking I'm using bad soccer vocabulary, but you know what I mean. I don't want to keep saying kick it. That's bad soccer vocabulary. You hear the guy say, well, she kicked it over here. She kicked it over there. She kicked it there. It was a great kick. I'm trying to keep you guys involved with the game. Throw in from the right-hand side. Lady Stallions puts it in. Back out to the right. Back to the left. To the middle. Genevieve Colon gets it at her feet. She makes a pass right in the middle. Going upfield, number 9 found a spot. She was trying to sneak it past number 21. That's Bailey Buckner. Got in there to get the ball out of bounds to give her defense a chance to reset. Throw in. A little too far. Stallions are making some progress here with some passes. Genevieve Cologne takes a long shot. The goalkeeper gets up to the upper 90 to snag that thing out of the air. What a great save. Alicia Badidas from Arlington, Texas, covering ground. And the Lady Tigers on their own version of a counterattack. Has already got the ball to the halfway point. Booted up, long pass, and it is headed and outran. Lady Tigers get on the end of it, takes a quick shot, comes off the face. Throw in. The receiver slightly missed the ball. Back out to the sideline. Great defense by the Lady Stallions to get that thing out of there. Another throw in. Short looks like it's going to be. It is right outside of the box. Trying to push it on over to the sideline, but it does get touched by the outside fender. She was already out of bounds when she touched the ball, which makes the ball out of bounds. And we had a small foul that happened right there. Free kick for the Lady Tigers at a very dangerous area of the field. Indirect kick. She puts it right in front of the goalkeeper. No one gets to the edge of that one. It sails right out of bounds. Wow, what a dangerous serve. I tell you what, Lady Tigers aren't here to play around. That thing was put perfectly in front of the goalkeeper. Sometimes you get one of those passes that looks so good, everybody just stops to watch the ball float. Speaking of ball floating, it gets out to the 35-yard line, headed back into play by Texas Southern's number 8, Tess Keedler. No, that's the same goal. It's the same goal? That's the same goal. I just want to make sure. I can't see. She looks different, but maybe I'm just tripping. No, that's the same goal. It's the same goal? Okay. Their counterattack, if you will. This is more of a matriculation. Ball into Genevieve Cologne. It gets hit by her shoulder. She takes another quick shot. It falls just short in front of the goalkeeper. Easy, nice save. She plays it out to her left back. Number 8 is already pointing directions. She said get it to the line, which she does successfully. And offsides will be the call as the Lady Tigers are off to the races. Just a bit outside she was. That offsides call is one of the toughest ones for our newer broadcasters to catch on to and see. For all of our American football fans, I just tell you, watch the sideline judge and the last defender for a little clue on how to figure out the offside call. Miss Moreno steps up to intercept that ball and to stop it where it started, right there at the outline. That ball went out at about the 37. Our throwers scooted all the way up to the 34 to make the pass. That's typical soccer things. You know, you try to gain every piece of ground you can. Speaking of inch by inch, every piece of ground, the Lady Tigers are moving on up closer to that goal. Tried a little nutmeg play. It didn't work, but she is a ball handler over there. At number 13, Savannah Muldrew, not playing with them. The cross is in right on top of the box. It lands about the 7-yard line. What we would call a 6 box. Quick turn by number 18. She puts a shot up. It goes high and over the goalkeeper. Nia Singleton switching sides of the field and still using that right foot, finding her way. Now, this is more of a natural spot for her, seeing her on the right side. She was playing inverted up on the left to bring the ball back to the middle. Now with her on that far right side, that shot can come from anywhere. So, goalkeeper, be ready. Lady Stallions throw in a little bit on the confusion with that long out-of-bounds ball. Andrea Davila here to throw the ball in. Sends it down the line. Elenia Fuego, the center defender, got there and caused a little confusion. So that's to be another Texas Southern throw in, and that ball is thrown all the way up to Savannah. Intercepted this time by Molina. Back down the sideline. Here we go again. Center back is feeling herself. She's got up there in the play. She's made one of the triangles, and the Lady Stallions are fighting this off. Throw in right inside the letters, or numbers if you will, to the hash. Lady Stallions maintaining that possession. Mildrew with a great pass up to the left-hand side. That is not, well, it is. That was offsides. I tell you what, the person that was in the offside position did not receive the ball for the first time. I would disagree with that offsides call. I hate to say it. But, yeah, there was a person in the offsides position, but she didn't receive the ball. It is what it is. Great call by the ref. You're on the field. I'm up here, and you're the one getting paid the big bucks, sir. We respect you for your participation. Back to the action. Lady Stallions with the interception, trying to maintain possession, but the forwards are being defensive and offensive for the Lady Tigers. Got a lot of 1v1 fights for possession, if you will. Trying to stay on sides is Miss Mildew. The ball is into the center of the box. Nobody gets to the backside of the goal, including Stallion defenders and or Tiger forwards. So we will see a Texas Southern corner kick. It's that time, ladies and gentlemen. The wind is finally bringing us some cold air. You got a reason to put your fan up, because I know some of us are tired of putting our boots on the ground. Corner kick. It is up in the air. Right. Oh, just a little bit long. It lands on the tee from your sky view of that end zone. Right over everyone. Speaking of putting the boots on the ground, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this weekend is a Paw Fest. The Panthers from Prairie View A&M will be taking on these Texas Southern Tigers for the Labor Day Classic. Get your tickets now. Check in with your campuses at your favorite HBCU. Back pass sent all the way across the field. Big cross gets stubbled by the wind. but was able to be corralled. Suzette Baltazar decided to pull a little jersey right there to make sure she can get a good foul and a good stoppage. Any more physical, that would have been cartage. Texas Southern, number 21, Bailey Buckner for the free kick. And she's got her target on that backside of that line, and it is up, curving in, header right to the outside, picked up by the goalkeeper. Nice looking play by Texas Southern. Big ball put out there by the goalkeeper. And we got out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in for North American Stallions. Suzette Baltazar with the throw-in into Genevieve Cologne, and right back out. A bounds by Tess. Andrea Davila coming up to make the throw now. She's finding a target. Target presented. Line drive. Suzette Baltazar plays it back to number 5, Zamora. Genevieve Cologne takes a 25-yarder. And that goalkeeper, who has been everywhere tonight for the Lady Tigers, swoops that thing right out of the air. Look like she's played that position before. What do you think, Keith? Got a good head nod from the best cameraman in the business. Ladies and gentlemen, Texas Southern Lady Tigers with a couple of back passes to try to maintain possession amongst the fullbacks and halfbacks. But number 13 for the Lady Stallions, Alyssa Garcia, is up there pestering that back line to remind them that we are still in a game. Dancing on the ball she is. Nice pass into number 2, Brianna Miles, who's fighting for the ball with Captain Suzette Baltazar, who wins it. And Genevieve Cologne makes a bit of a long pass. Once again, I told you guys I wasn't going to bring it up in the second half, but the Turf Monster is killing North American today. A little bit of home cooking for the Lady Tigers. They practice on this field every day, so they're definitely used to how that ball rolls. And the speed of the SWAC is just something that you always have to keep in your mind anytime you play a school from that conference, no matter what sport. As you saw last year, a couple of people found out in baseball. Quick little move around Suzette. Number 24 finds a player who I believe was offsides, and so does the ref. She had a head start, and I don't think she thought she was in that play. But great hustle on the sideline. 13 and 19. Savannah Mildrew and Kia Butler again starting to become a nice run-to punch. Butler has already showed you she can play on both sides of the field. Andrea Davila has brought her defensive lineup pretty high and has now found some success in a high defense. The Lady Stallions are giving it their best go, but definitely not playing within their style of football. Out of bounds, throw in, Lady Tigers. We have 2 subs on the sideline coming in. Number 29, our false 9, that's Jacelyn Russ. She is a forward. And number 18, Nia Singleton, is coming back in the game. Coming out is, looks like 13, Savannah Mildrew. And number 35 for the Lady Tigers.
Checking in for Texas Southern, number 29, Jacelyn Russ. And number 18, Mia Singleton.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, before I let you go, I have to remind you that this is going to be a great athletic season for both the Texas Southern Tigers and the North American University Stallions. So check out those schedules, tsuathletics.edu and Stallions, STALLIONS.NA.edu. Give both of these teams a shout out and go ahead and pick up some tickets and see some of our local collegiate athletic sports. Now back to the action. Number 13, Garcia. Alyssa Garcia's over there fighting hard, trying to stop this Texas Southern onslaught of an attack today. A little bit of magic trying to make something happen. You can't play with North American now. They are still here. Jocelyn Grimaldo cutting on the burners. A little freshman magic shining, making this Texas Southern defense spread out and pass the ball errantly. Only down by 2 goals with 65 minutes, 55 seconds left. Sorry, that's more 15 minutes left. We're in the 65th, 66th, 67th minute of this game. It's not too late for a comeback. Yeah, I said it. You can quit looking at your TV crazy. And mama, quit talking to the TV. It's not going to talk back. These Lady Stallions know how to stop a long attack. That's the one thing about them. They're feisty, and they have not given up one time this game. I don't know if we can say the same for that 1-0 loss against Wiley last week, but today they are in the fight. Nice back pass to the keeper. She sends it out the opposite direction. Love it when a team has been coached and trained properly. Great soccer fundamentals right now. TSU are setting up some type of triangles, but that turf monster finally got to the best of them. Rolling, 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 rolling is that ball on this carpet. I said it. I know some of y'all are expecting some bigger jokes and more personality. But the DJ Wolfman is here to make you smile and keep you engaged in this game. Speaking of the game, Andrea Davila with the throw-in about the 30-yard line. Let's see if they have a play cooked up. Genevieve Colon dumps it into the middle. Suzette Baltazar was on her way, but that goalkeeper got to it. 2 hands. Number 19 plays the ball back to try to keep possession, which has been a smart thing by TSU today. Yeah, the weight room is one thing that the Lady Stallions are about. Trying to push them out of the way is going to be a definite hard thing. As you know, most of these ladies are low to the ground, low gravity, low center of gravity, if you will. Some would say vertically challenged. I would say strength in lower numbers. Again, ladies and gentlemen in YouTube land, I'm getting crazy looks from the best cameraman in the world because we are in the vertically challenged club. We are 2 brothers that love to play under 6-foot basketball, and we are both in the 6-foot and under soccer league. So this game is a little personal for us. We're trying to hold on to our teeth and not get too excited. But did you see that great pass that just happened from number 2? All the way to the corner. The Lady Stallions finally got over to that right winger to get it out of bounds. Great back pass by number 2, Brianna Miles. So they have kicked the ball quite a bit around, kind of lost control, and at the last minute took a long shot or a long, kind of like the shot clock was going down on them. Ladies, be patient, okay? You Texas Southern, I'm talking to you guys. You got to be patient when you get the ball on that side. You ladies are working hard and doing what you got to do. When you get the ball down there, take your time. You can still make good, crisp passes, especially against the Lady Stallions who are going to fight you. You mess up a bad pass, they're going to be running the other way. They love to counterattack. 2-0, 70th minute. Ball's on the sideline for a Texas Southern throw. We have a couple of subs coming in for TSU. Number 6, Jocelyn Musil is coming in for Miss Butler. And coming out of the game is number 21, Bailey Buckner. Wonder if her and Kaya are related. Nice pass coming from the back of the field out to number 24. Now we're starting to see the Lady Stallions feel it emotionally. You can see those heads kind of hang when an errant pass happens. 24, she's still moving. Taken out with a great tackle by Ashley Davila. That'll be a Texas Southern throw-in. Elizabeth Alberto. Yes, there was a 35. Throw in kind of went over Miss Alberto's head. And the Lady Stallions got a little physical on that last play. Trying to get the ball back and fighting with all of their might. Lady Stallions have a wall set up about 10 yards out. Header in, brought in by the goalkeeper. She punts it out to the 45-yard line. That was a 55-yard punt. Great job. Genevieve Cologne. She's been taking a lot of hits today. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, she's been taking a lot of hits the last 3 weeks. And that young lady's going to have to either hit the weight room, the treadmill, or the bicycle, get her cardio and her strength up, because she is a hot target. She's going to be controlling the ball. And if I was the other team, I would be doing the same thing, roughing her up all game long.
And number 6.
And she will be strong, and she has always met us at the challenge, so she'll be there. Ball out, up to number 18. She slides back to the inside. Another wonderful back pass by Ms. Bailey. Picked up by 18, controlled and moving. Back to Bailey, a little wall pass. Back to her, another one picked up by 24. And dinked, touched out of bounds by number 7, Lady Stallion, Genesis Rivera. Substitution for the Lady Tigers. Number 2, Brianna Mills coming out for number 20.
Checking in for Texas Southern, Georgia Flores, number 20.
Number 20, Georgia Flores checking in. And it's really early this season, so a lot of new faces and new spaces are filling up on both of these rosters. Shouts out to both schools' SIDs as they try to corral the sports information that comes out so rapid at the beginning of the season. Ball kicked out of bounds. Lady Tiger ball. Throw in about 30 feet from behind the point. They must have saw something. Shot was up, and it has been corralled by the goalkeeper. That is a save. We are stopping the clock. I believe that is Genevieve Cologne. That last fall really put some pressure on her. We're going to take one of our miniature breaks here. This is NAU versus TSU Matchday Soccer only on Clutch. Soccer coaches across America do us this way. All right, so after that little station identification, we've picked up the injured player, got her to the ER. Goalkeeper puts the ball up, and I'm telling you, 55 yards every time. The ball ends at the 40, and it is a rolling. Number 8 pokes it out to the sideline, who gets corralled by number 17, and pushed out of bounds by Aileen Pellico. Aileen turns, heads the ball to Suzette. Suzette pokes the ball out of bounds. And Texas Southern is matriculating on up. We have a substitution here. Subs. Number 16 comes in for number 10. Number 25 is coming in for number 24. Number 16, Miss Imeda Cruz, all the way from Bryan, Texas. And 25 is Kamara Bradley, our long shot taker. Normally listed as a defender, but she's been doing a great job from the wing today. As you see her now, showing off her speed and capitalizing on that ball to maintain possession. Texas Southern has been doing a good job by spreading the field and playing wide. I think putting your back to the sideline as a left wing or right midfielder for this team has been opening up a lot of things, because once they get the ball, they're already facing the field of play, so they can pick out who they need to deliver that ball to and or play it back to maintain possession. Sideline to sideline, they are rocking it down the field as it rolls slightly out of bounds, rocking and rolling. So I got that look from my CFO and lead producer. Enough with the dad jokes. So back to the action. Long throw-in gets headed out by number 17 from TSU, Michaela Flores, back on that left-hand side. I think she needs to go ahead and tell the coach she is going to be a CDM, that's central defensive mid, because she has been there to stop every break that the Stallions have came up with. Nice pass across the middle that gets turned around. And it hit a couple of hands, but it hit the first arm of a TSU player who couldn't get out the way. One of the rare handballs in college soccer. It's one of the rarest calls of college soccer. College soccer does a lot of shoulder hits, more chest hits. You would think the Premier League could learn a little bit something from American soccer. That would be the one thing. Keep your hands out the way. So in the 79th minute, the Lady Stallions have progressed, moved the ball up, trying to get that compensation goal, or consolation goal, if you will. Long ball as the Ocean of Soul drumline makes their audible appearance to campus. We can hear them. We can't see them. But they're practicing. Sounding pretty good, too. Look out. Look out. It's going to be a great weekend. Throw in by Andrea Davila. Headed out big time. Nice short pass. Gets intercepted by the Lady Stallions. Double team, but she somehow wins the ball. Put up to number 7, who dances on it and finds someone to give her a little relief. But no one came quick enough. And that ball was stolen away by number 16, Ameda Cruz. Thrown in just a little bit over Miss Roos's head. Playing it up to the left, that looked like Miss Garcia got her foot on it. Throw in TSU. As they're playing it back to each other. Nice short passes, a little lead pass. Up to the right-hand side of the field. Number 25 is working to that left foot. She does get a shot off, but it gets blocked by Ashley Dodd. And that caroms out to the sideline. Texas Southern throw in. Offside call. Texas Southern. Looked like Miss Russ was sitting just a little couple of steps on the other side of the last defender. That audible appearance became a visual appearance as the Texas Southern Ocean of Soul has appeared on the track preparing themselves for practice. Now, looks like the ref has some stern words for the ladies, maybe getting a little bit of noise talking within their physicality.
University Soccer Complex as they travel to Beaumont, Texas to take on Lamar University Cardinals. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m.
Ball is put in the box, kicked out by Suzette Baltazar. Michaela Flores gets all the way up to the top to make the Stallions give up a corner kick. This is a Texas Southern corner kick. Ball is up in the air, right to the middle of the box. Great ball. Shoved around in the middle, hands, and is finally getting a shot put on it. Number 15, Lucinia Smith from Huntsville, Texas, gets all of that and puts up a field goal.
The Tigers' next home game is Thursday, September 11th, here at Alexander Gurley Stadium as they take on Fresno State University Bulldogs. Kickoff is set for 6 p.m.
Ball is up, 40-yard line. TSU loses possession at the 50. Oh, boy. A little push in the back. Garcia takes it and loses possession. Double-teamed she is. And down the sideline, TSU goes. But out of nowhere, Andrea Davila comes up and clears that ball. Baltazar over to Flores. Baltazar clears the ball and puts it way too far in front. Easy pickup by the goalkeeper. Couple of bounces out to number 25 as she sends it down the sideline. We've been seeing this all night from TSU. They want to play right down the sidelines. Lady Stallions are going to have to work on that defense. I tell you what, the one thing I have noticed about this weekend, we're seeing about 10 less tubas per band. You know, last season I was amazed that both bands had almost 30 tubas. This year I'm seeing 600 trombones from each band and maybe 20 tubas. So the numbers and the recruiting prowess of one Mr. Dr. Brian Simmons, headband director at Texas Southern University, is in effect. Great job, young man, and Bo knows. You know what I mean. Bo knows. Shouts out to all of my 1919 affiliates, if you will. Mu Kappa Omega. Alpha Epsilon Alpha. I won't give you their full names, but they know who I'm talking to. Shouts out to those wonderful guys that makes our Saturday halftimes such a fun effect at the HBCU level. Ball thrown in. Andrea Davila sends it out. Backline hero, number 3, Akaya Sane from Little Rock, Arkansas, has been all over the field today. Little increments, but big effect. Quick turn by number 18. Trademark turn. Number 29 can't hold on to the ball. False 9 doing what she does. Puts it right over the top of the upper 90. That was such a good shot. I see a bunch of heads down in the crowd. I would have got excited if I just saw my false 9 turn around and take a great shot like that. She's been a playmaker for the Lady Tigers all year long, trying to set herself up for some great assists and making the center backs look at her and concentrate on her so she doesn't take a lot of shots. But, boy, when she shoots, you see what can happen. Ball is thrown in. TSU pounces on it immediately and kicks it off of Garcia to out of bounds. Quick throwback in. Miss Roos with a wonderful, almost Rabona pass, if you will. A step over back pass. Stepped over with her right foot, passed it back with her left. That's pretty crafty. And they, for some reason, stopped the attack. And you don't want to do that right in front of Andrea Davila. She'll put that ball into another area code. Nice throw in right over the top of some Stallions' heads. And we have a goal kick. So the counterattack of the Lady Stallions is just not in effect today. And I'm going to blame it on the turf because, you know, I'm a born Texan and I'm always rooting for our Texas schools. So blame it on the turf. But great job of aggressiveness and possession control and way to take some shots when you get the opportunity by Texas Southern. It's 2-0, but the score is not telling the full story of this game. The speed of Texas Southern is what's telling the story of this game. Another throw in for the Lady Stallions around the 31-yard line for all of my real American football fans. So the head pass back to Andrea Davila was a little bit off target. Ball's in to Miss Roos. They have kicked it towards the center. But getting in there to fight immediately to try to get that ball back. It's number 9, Darla Atola. One of the freshman blue chips of Texas State, that is. Getting a little fancy and losing possession of the ball is Texas Southern. A knee right into some physicality. Jocelyn Grimaldo pops right back up. Ball's out of bounds. Stallion throw in.
1 minute remaining.
And you heard it yourself, 1 minute. Another big shout out to that Texas Southern Ocean of Soul showing elite discipline over there on the sideline. That's unlike any marching band, because I was in several, and you ain't gonna get you call at ease. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be at ease, player. But big shout out to them and their discipline. Parade rest, if you will. Sideline fire again. Texas Southern likes to play on the sideline, and the Stallions are having a hard time getting the ball off of the sideline. Second ball. We got a push. Little knee action. Physicality not affected.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
And that will be a goal kick
3,
as
2,
we end the game.
1.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving us a good watch here on onClutch. Texas Southern Lady Tigers 2, North American Stallions 0. I have been the DJ Wolfman. We're going to take a quick break and have a wrap-up after this. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you after the break. This is TSU and NAU Soccer only on Clutch.
And number 25, Kamara.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you witnessed it for yourself. This wonderful SWAC versus Red River matchup between Texas Southern University and North American University. Texas Southern walks away with a 2-0 victory and puts a win on the notch of their column. Still some work for the Stallions. They have a hill to climb, but a lot of new faces to get into their right positions. Ladies and gentlemen, the next game for the Lady Stallions will be October 9th. You can catch it right here live only on Clutch. For the DJ Wolfman and the onClutch family, ow, baby, we are out of here.